Horns up. I do another video here teaching you a riff now. Basically more melodic kinds of metal bands. Back in the 80s, alongside the thrash metal scene, we also had bands like Metal Church, Agent Steel, Vicious Rumours and Sabotage, and countless others, which can also lend itself to the influence towards bands like Iced Earth, Primal Fear, etc. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is play the riff for you and then I'll break it down for you. Okay, so breaking the riff down now and closer up on the fretting hand. Okay, and there are a couple of ways you can do this. Now, I made this riff up on the spot here and I don't do an awful lot of melodic riffs, so it's kind of a slightly new technique to me. Okay, so a lot of melodic guitarists in the 80s that played metal, they tended to use a lot of chords like that, and it's instead of using the whole power chord all the time, which they did that as well, you know, with the root string, the root note. They tended just to use the second two notes here, because it's quite a nice high sort of like clear sound, which brings out that melody a little bit more, I think. But anyway, so now the way I did it, was I used my middle finger here. Okay, so it tends to have a bit more, I tend to feel it a bit more firm there. So on that chord there, now you can, if you want to, use your ring finger to, so the riff goes like this. And the vibrato. They did an awful lot of vibrato. A lot of the traditional metal guitarists, a lot of melodic metal guitarists in the 80s followed that kind of tradition through, where they went. Because they also used to do the old power chord thing with, what I'm doing now. I don't really do that technique often enough, so I don't really have a lot of practice at it, I'm afraid, so please bear with me, but they tend to do that a lot. But anyway, back to this riff now, so you can use this finger if you want, but I tend to use that finger there because I feel it's stronger. So into the next chord, which is chord voicing, which is back to that chord there. Okay, so in full it's more like this, the first half of the riff. And the next part of the riff, where the fill is, and you can palm mute it as well. You can palm mute it heavily like this. I tended to lighten up a little bit on that one, so it rings a bit more, or just very lightly palm muting on the end of the strings so you get more of a ring. That's what I prefer, but you do whatever you want. Okay, so the entire riff is like this. Okay, let's take a look at the right hand picking here. Now I prefer to ease up a little bit and palm and pick a little bit lighter on the old on these melodic riffs, but at the same time make your own adjustments. And also I'm also alternate picking on it as well, to get more of that sort of traditional groove kind of thing. Of course, if you can down pick it and you can make it sound and feel good for you, then do whatever works. Whatever you find works, do it. Okay, so nice and slowly here. Okay, if you're on YouTube, then please hit subscribe. Also check out links below, and horns up.